Hey guys, welcome to another Stacking the Shelves. I know, like I just did one a week ago and I'm going to do another one this week. Mainly because during the beginning of Christmas break week, I went ahead and went on NetGalley and looked at a whole bunch of review books because I haven't really been accepting review books this last year. Again, as I've mentioned a million times, because I was studying for the PAMP bar and just didn't have a lot of time and I didn't want the pressure to have to commit to reviewing books by a certain amount of time. So I looked at a whole bunch of review books, whole bunch of authors that I like and would like to read stuff from had books on NetGalley. Um, so I went ahead and requested a whole bunch of them, and because I requested so many of them, I decided I might as well go ahead and do another stack in the shelves. So this is not my Christmas book haul, even though it's, the Saturday after Christmas, Sunday. That will be next week. But this is a whole bunch of review books that I got early to read and review. And all of them I got through NetGalley, so I'm not going to repeat that for each one. I will tell you the release date and things like that. All right. The first book I got to review is Garden of the Cursed by Katie Rosepool. This comes out June 20th, 2023. This author, so this is a dark fantasy about a curse breaker. It's the first book in a duology. The cover and the synopsis caught my interest. Katie Rosepool also wrote There Will Come a Darkness, which I actually didn't like that much. I realized when I looked up my previous review, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. But I think this looks like a really interesting book and I'm eager to read it. All right, the next two are in the same series, and I don't normally request review books until I've, like 2 review books in a series, until I've read at least one book in the series. So like normally I would request this first book, read it, review it, and then request the second book. In this case, the second book was going to expire soon, so I just requested both of them. And these are the first 2 books in the Madame Chalamet Ghost Mysteries by Bird Nash. Bird Nash also wrote A Spell of Rowan's, which I wanted to read but never got around to. So the first book in the Madame Chalamet Ghost Mysteries is Ghost Talker, and the second one is Delicious Death. Ghost Talker is already out. It came out October 24th. Delicious Death is already out as of when this video posts. It came out December 27th. This is about a highly trained medium who helps the police solve mysteries. It's a gaslight fantasy. It just looks really interesting. There's going to be 6 books in the series. So I went ahead and requested it. Even though both of those are already out, I thought they would be fun reads. Okay. The next one is by an author that I really enjoy that's kind of a lesser known author, and that is 1,000 Recipes for Revenge by Beth Cato. Beth Cato also wrote the Clockwork Dago duology and the Blood of Earth trilogy, both of which I enjoyed. This book, 1,000 Recipes for Revenge, comes out June 13th, and it's about a woman who has an empathetic connection to food, and apparently she gets involved in all these crazy politics. It says it's a swashbuckling fun adventure, so it sounds like maybe it does have a little steampunk to it, since Cato's books tends to have that. It's going to have some adventure. It's going to have somebody who's has empathy with food. I think it sounds very entertaining. So I'm looking forward to reading that. All right, the next one I got for review is just one the cover caught my eye, and then when I went to look at the synopsis, it sounded really cool. And I didn't put the author on here. I'll put the author up here. It's The Monsters in Our Shadows. It comes out February 28th, so pretty soon. So I'll be reading it sometime in January. It's a post-apocalyptic novel about, these monsters that are versus humanity. They're called Shivers. It is this guy's debut novel, and again, I'll put the author name is on the book over here. So or the image of the book. So go ahead and look at that. The cover is very eye-catching and the synopsis sounded good. I love like these post-apocalyptic monster novels. So looking to read that as well. All right. Why did I do? I also forgot to put the author's name on the next one. But again, you can see it over here on the book. The next one I got is a book called Feed Them Silence. I believe this is more of a novella length, and it's by the author who wrote Summer Sons, which I wanted to read but never really got around to. So Feed Them Silence comes out March 14th. It sounds like it's about a woman who is obsessed with like she's trying to perceive what animals think through her own brain, and her obsession kind of starting to destroy her relationships with all the people around her. Sound really interesting. It's a Tor.com novella, and Tor.com has been pretty much hitting the nail on the head the last year or two on what they're publishing, so I'm excited to read this and see how it is. All right, okay, next one for review. Sister Maiden Monster by Lucy A. Snyder. Probably a lesser known urban fantasy author. Lucy A. Snyder wrote the Jesse Shimmer series, which I really, really loved. It's a very dark, gritty, like urban fantasy series. This book comes out February 21st, so again, fairly soon. And it's about 3 women who are living during a viral apocalypse, and it sounds like they each have a role to play, a somewhat paranormal / supernatural role to play as this viral apocalypse is rolling out. Again, I mainly got this because I'm a big Lucy Snyder fan, and I'm curious to see what she's working on next. She seems to have taken kind of a hiatus for a while, so yeah. And then the last one I got was actually not one I requested. I got invited to review this by the publisher, and that is the new Kate Daniels book. So I was super excited to see this come into my inbox. Magic Tides. It's the first book in the Kate Daniels Wilmington years. This is taking place with Kate and Kieran after everything that happened in the main series. This is by Ilona Andrews' husband and wife writing team. This comes out very soon. It comes out January 17th. So I may have already read it by the time this video posts, or I may be just getting ready to read it. So those are all the review books I got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. This should keep me busy for a while. I also got, just kind of randomly, an audiobook, and I mentioned this, I think, well, I will mention it in my best books of the day. I'm getting confused because I'm recording a ton of videos and they're all publishing like out of order based on how I want them scheduled. I got the second book in the Love Light series to listen to an audiobook while I'm doing stuff during Christmas break around the house, and that is In the Weeds by B.K. Borison. And this one follows, I'm just having such a hard time with names this morning, the main farmer guy from the first book. So like the first book featured the lady who owns the farm, but she's also got a farmer working with her that she kind of co-owns it with. And this features him and a woman that was introduced in that first book. So all of these books take place in this cute little Christmas tree farm, and it's just kind of a fun winter holiday read and great to listen to while I'm doing stuff around the house. So those are the 8 books I got this last week. Again, I decided to do this one just because I got so many review books and I didn't want to have to, parse that with all the Christmas books I get, all the books I get for Christmas. So next Saturday, I will go through what I got for Christmas. So anyways, that being said, I hope that you guys had a great Christmas, that you got a lot of great, wonderful books to read and got to spend time with family and friends. And I wish you a wonderful week going forward. It's always hard to go back to work if you did take time off during Christmas. So best luck on that. And I will talk to you later. Bye.